Hey guys, it's Simi, and this is Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 7th of January 2022 to talk about everything that went down tonight on a pretty newsworthy episode of Friday Night Smackdown. I mean, whoa. I'm gonna say it. Mickie James. Are you kidding me? Mickie James in the Women's Rumble. WWE's the new Forbidden Door. How cool would it be? And I'm going out on a major limb here. How cool would it be if WWE used the Rumble to just let guys from other companies come in? You say that WWE's got an open door policy. Don't say forbidden door, but say an open door policy with the world of professional wrestling. And I know this is never going to happen, but hear me out. And in each Rumble, 5 spots will be left open. Maybe 3, maybe 2, maybe 1, however many. To somebody from outside of WWE. And again, I doubt they ever do this, but from somebody outside of WWE to come in and try their hand at the Royal Rumble match. That would be cool. That would be cool. Also, may have some breaking news coming from Rampage. Give me 2 seconds to see this really fast. Oh, never mind. Someone sent me a fake tweet. Never mind. Someone sent me a fake tweet. Never mind. All right, but back to my little idea here before I got sidetracked. WWE lets other wrestlers come in. Now, it's not going to be just anybody from anywhere. It's going to be companies they work with. And we know that WWE and Impact play nice because Impact lets WWE use footage and photos on the network. We've seen footage used in the photo shoot show, or photos used in the photo shoot show. We've seen videos used in documentaries and the Broken Skull sessions. So, yeah. Gabriel, check my Twitter. I already reported on that. But as far as Mickie James coming in and working the Rumble, that's a big shock just there alone. Because the way when Mickie was released and then she sent her stuff and she talked about this company, it sounded like she never wanted anything to do with them again. Then the way she was talking about them leading up to the Empower show and after the Empower show and how she stated that WWE told her that women's only stuff is not going to work and it's not going to sell and it's not going to draw. And she was just negative about the company. And then boom, 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 tonight. Also, kudos to WWE and Impact for keeping this a secret. And anybody else involved for keeping this a daggone secret. Like, holy crap. Nobody knew this. Nobody. I've seen at least 5 different people that report on pro wrestling saying, yeah, this was a surprise to me. Yeah, this was a surprise to me. Like, wow. Wow. Mickie James in the 2022 Women's Royal Rumble. Big shock there. But then for Pat McAfee to go, oh God, Cole, the Impact, Mickie James, the Impact Knockouts World Champion. And then for WWE to tweet out, Mickie James, the Impact Knockouts Women's World Champion, will be in the Royal Rumble. I'm like, huh? And then Impact put a whole post up on their website about it. Scott D'Amore tweeting about it. Kind of making it sound like, I want to read Scott's tweet really fast. This is funny. He's over here making it sound like Mickey's never been in WWE before. And now everyone's sending me this Cody thing. Check my Twitter. I've got 6 DMs on Twitter that says Cody Rhodes is out of Battle of the Belts. Like 6 different people. If you would go to my Twitter or the PWU Twitter, you would see we've already acknowledged this. Hence why I waited till the last second to get the stream ready because I was watching Rampage to hear what this announcement was going to be because Tony Khan said somebody's out. But yeah, check my daggum Twitter. But hold on, I want to pull up the Scott D'Amore tweet really fast because I found this kind of funny. Why can't I find it now? Oh, here it is. Let's screen. All right, so Scott D'Amore tweeted this. Mickie James has Impact Wrestling's blessing to carry the Knockouts World title belt into the Royal Rumble. And as you saw, WWE respects her as a world champion. But, oh wait, this isn't the same one. This isn't the tweet I saw. Hold on. Let's do a little investigating. Unless he changed his tweet. Here we go. This is the one. This is the tweet. Well. Congrats to Impact Knockouts champion Mickie James, and congrats to WWE for finally walking through the forbidden door. Making it sound like Mickie wasn't in WWE before. Making it sound like Mickey's not a 6-time former women's champion in WWE. I thought that was funny. But he says that Mickie has Impact's blessing to walk in as the champion. So that right there almost makes me think she's going to retain against Deonna Purrazzo tomorrow. Here's another thing. Who was that WWE's last tryout that got a big buzz because she was in a photo at the tryout? Oh, yeah, that's right. The Ring of Honor Women's Champion, Roxy. What if Roxy is also put in this match? Now I'm spitballing ideas. But what if Roxy, as the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, is put in the Royal Rumble as well? Mind blown. It'll be 3 champions in the match. So far, there's 2 champions in the Women's Rumble match because Charlotte Flair also said as a champion, she's entering the Rumble. So, yeah. I say I'm at a loss for words, but I've been rambling here for 7 minutes now about this. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWUnlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PWUnlimited. Remember, if you are watching on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out by hitting that donate button down below or donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of 2 different ways. You can subscribe either with a tiered subscription, or if you say, I ain't got the money for that, I'm going to subscribe with Amazon Prime. Well, you can do that as well. Because all you got to do is take your Amazon Prime account, link it to your Twitch account, bada bing, bada boom, there you go, you got a Prime Gaming account. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games. Right now, the top free game on the EA desktop or Origin store is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. You also get stuff for games for free, like stuff for Grand Theft Auto Online, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, New World, Valorant, and more. But what you always get that never changes is 1 free subscription to any Twitch channel that you want to subscribe to. And I'd greatly appreciate it if you subscribe to us right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. But if you also say, hey, I ain't got Amazon Prime, well, damn, at least you may need to know someone. You may know someone that's got Amazon Prime, whether it's your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa, your dog walker, your mailman, your landlord, your sister's 2nd grade math teacher. I don't know if you had 2nd grade math teachers in 2nd grade. Your high school principal. The guy that helped you find that specific brand of jam jelly or strawberry jelly at the grocery store. Say, hey, you have Amazon Prime? Oh, you do? Well, how about helping me out? Let me take it, link it to my Twitch account, won't cost you anything, and I can support a cool creator. But with that on the flip side, if you're watching over on YouTube, you can help us out by putting a super chat or a super sticker in the live chat. Remember, super chats are the best way to make sure your questions, comments, and concerns do get read live on the air. Also, remember, you can subscribe, patreon.com/PWUnlimited, or hitting that join button on YouTube to get early access to news, early access to podcast episodes, early access to non-news videos, and so much more. We had 2 exclusive news things up this week. One was only half right, because we reported that a superstar from Raw was coming to Smackdown to challenge Roman Reigns, but then we went with what we were told as far as I originally heard it was AJ Styles, but as we saw tonight, it's Seth Rollins. So my exclusive news there was half right. I'm going to look into that and see when that was changed because, like I stated, when I heard that news that AJ Styles could be coming over to Monday Night Raw to challenge Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal Championship, that was the belief that someone from Raw was coming over, and it was most likely AJ. But someone from Raw did come over, but as we'll talk about here in a moment, that's Seth Rollins. So that one, half right. We also had another exclusive news bit go up last night for channel members and Patreon subscribers about Seth Rollins becoming a possible tag team guy in the near future. But also remember, support us, the Epic Games Store. Go over to the Epic Games Store, whether you're doing a multitude of different things. You're buying V-Bucks for Fortnite, whether that's in the Epic Games Store, in the Fortnite launcher. Getting skins for Rocket League, whether that's in the Epic Games Store, in the Rocket League launcher. Buying a new game like Guardians of the Galaxy or Grand Theft Auto 5, which isn't new, but maybe you want to check it out after not playing it for the last 10 years. Go over there and they're going to say, you got an Epic creator code? You do. It's PWUnlimited. But here's the other kicker. It's not going to cost you any extra. You just put that in there when you're already buying stuff from them. But here's the other kicker. Epic always gives at least one, if not two, sometimes three, free games a week. Just out and say, hey, this game's free. Well, when you're claiming them free games, you can still put in the creator code and support us right here, PWUnlimited. Right now, the free game, God Must Fall. Gods Must Fall. Let me double check that. It's Gods Must Fall. Free game on the Epic Games Store. Pretty sure. Last week, they gave away all three Tomb Raider games. Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Free game right now is, as I load up the Epic Games Store, Gods Will Fall. Will Fall. I said must, it's will. Gods Will Fall is free right now on the Epic Games Store. Go claim that game. Put in the code PWUnlimited to support us. And there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's talk SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. As far as Friday Night SmackDown does go, the show kicked off with the Universal Champion. Well, actually, no. They talked about Brock winning the WWE title at day one. And then going forward into what happened on Raw Monday. Then out would come Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Roman came down to the ring all by himself, spotlight right on the champ. He said, New England, acknowledge me. Fans popped. Mixed reaction here in New England, or technically Connecticut, for Roman Reigns. Reigns demanded that the fans acknowledge him, and, well, mixed reaction when he got into the ring. Then they like full conspiracy, not conspiracy. What's the word I'm looking for? Not conspiracy. Transparency. Fans like it when Roman tells them to acknowledge him. They boo him when he comes out, when his music plays. But as soon as he says, acknowledge me, they go, yeah. They acknowledge him, which is weird. So Roman says that he's had a while to think. He's been in isolation for the last week. There's a lot of people he wanted to see, but there's two that he didn't want to see. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. Fans started giving him the what treatment here. Completely ignored it because Roman's a pro. All of a sudden, Brock's music would hit. It comes down to the ring with Paul Heyman. Lesnar got a great pop from the crowd as he walked down the ramp. Heyman began to do Lesnar's intro. He said, my name is Paul. And Brock goes, I got this. Takes the mic. Lesnar gets in Roman's face and does the intro himself. Heyman praises Lesnar's intro and said it was better than his. Lesnar noted that what he wanted last Sunday or Saturday, he got a title. That's all he wanted. He didn't care what title. He got a title. He got this title, and Lesnar mockingly told Reigns to acknowledge him. Fans popped. Lesnar then goes on to say, you know what? You and me, champion versus champion, title versus title, what do you say? Reigns goes, it's a good idea, but it's not my idea. Reigns noted this is SmackDown and it's his show and he makes all the decisions. Reigns would then turn down Lesnar, saying, I don't do business with people that are associated with trash. And that hurt Paul Heyman's feelings. Heyman then became distraught, saying, but my tribal chief, I love you. Roman, I love you. And Paul goes, Brock goes, what did you just say? And Heyman's like, well, Brock, while you were gone, he's like, shut up, Paul. And Roman gives Lesnar a look, which is weird because he had just said, I don't want to ever see Paul Heyman or Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar again. Then he starts standing up for Paul Heyman because he's like, hey, don't talk to him like that. And Heyman goes to say something again, and Brock's like, Paul, I told you to shut up. Brock turns around, boom, Superman punch from Roman. Roman leaves, throws up the one, walks off. As Heyman's on the floor, or Brock's on the floor, checking his jaw. Very interesting how moments before, Roman goes, the two people I never want to see again in my life for Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. But then, about 3 to 5 minutes later, he's standing up for Paul Heyman. So there's something going on here. I don't know. But I like this segment. It built up to what I believe we're going to get at WrestleMania, champion versus champion. And there's still that whole, what's going on with Brock and Heyman? They're together, but are they really together? Brock told him twice, shut up. He's like, I told you to shut up, Paul. And he got in Paul's face. Roman, hey, don't talk to him like that. When you just called him trash. That I don't get. So in the back, Sami Zayn was furious that he had to face Rick Boogs tonight before getting his shot at the Intercontinental Championship in Shinsuke Nakamura. He claimed that Nakamura's trying to avoid him. Zayn then ran into Jackass star Johnny Knoxville. Knoxville noted, hey, I'm looking for management because I'm trying to get into the Royal Rumble. And Sammy's like, yeah, I saw your little video. Like, this isn't Jackass. You don't just run into a brick wall and get what you want. Knoxville pointed out that he doesn't need the ability to be in the Rumble. He just needs to be able to throw people out. Zayn told Knoxville, leave. People like you don't deserve to be here in WWE. Basically, Sami was speaking for half of Twitter on Saturday when they first said that Johnny Knoxville was probably going to be in the Rumble. When everyone goes, hey, he's taking a spot from somebody on the roster. Yeah, okay. You still pissed. So everyone that's praising Mickie being in the Rumble, you're not mad that she's taking a spot from somebody on the active roster. What about Summer Rae? What about Kelly, Lita, Michelle McCool, the Bella twins? They're not on the active roster, but no one's crapping on them for being in the Rumble. We've seen celebrities in the Rumble a lot in the past. I mean, Drew Carey, Pete Rose. No, I think Pete Rose is. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Pete Rose was in a Rumble, but I'm not 100% sure. But regarding that next match, it was Rick Boogs versus Sami Zayn in a 6.5 minute match. This was okay, and it dragged at times. Boogs had the early advantage, and he threw Zayn around the ring. Boogs gave Zayn a press slam as they quickly went to the break. Back from the break, Boogs was firmly in control, but Zayn fought back. Zayn hit an elbow drop off the second turnbuckle for a near fall. Boogs recovered and caught Zayn in midair with a bear hug. He then transitioned the bear hug into a suplex. Then he got a little too cocky with this stalling standing suplex. So he's got Sami up for this suplex and goes to drop down to one knee. And he puts Sami's head on his knee. And Pat McAfee goes, is the Boogs going to be able to get up? And Boogs struggles to get up. He then kind of almost puts Sami down and then lifts him back up and then stands. And I'm like, he barely got it. So he hits this suplex, whatever. Finish then comes after Zayn regains control and got in Nakamura's face. The finish then came when Boogs caught Nakamura with a small package, re-entering the ring and just pins him out of nowhere. You just pinned the number one contender? Dumb. Now you're going to go into doing this match whenever you do this match, whether it's on SmackDown in a couple weeks or at the Royal Rumble. Who's going to take Sami serious as a challenger? At least before this, you would go, okay, there's there's a 50-50 chance Sami wins. Now I'm like, oh, there's a 12% chance Sami wins. Like, geez. After the match, Zayn was furious and started yelling at Boogs and Nakamura when out would run, well, Johnny Knoxville. Johnny Knoxville would run into the ring, throw Sami over the top rope, essentially showing that he knows how to eliminate people from a Rumble. And then we hear Mike Rome say, I have just been informed that Johnny Knoxville has been entered into the 2022 Royal Rumble match. Well, men's Royal Rumble match. And then the jackass music plays. Bring, ding, 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 ding. And I go, oh my God, I'm transported back into my childhood. This song played so much in my house because I watch Jackass all the time. Even though there's only literally like 20-something episodes of Jackass, I don't know how many times I've seen every episode. Hold on. Seen all the movies, seen the show. There's literally only 25 episodes of Jackass in total. There's also Jackass the movie, Jackass number 2, Jackass presents Matt Hoffman's tribute to Evel Knievel, Jackass 3D, Jackass presents Bad Grandpa, Jackass Forever, which isn't out yet, which I'm so looking forward to. And then there's these specials. JackassWorld.com 24-hour takeover, a tribute to Ryan Dunn, Steve-O's Guilty as Charged, Jackass Shark Week, which actually aired last year. It's like, there's a lot of Jackass out there. Not a lot of actual, like, when you really think about it, not a lot of actual episodes of Jackass. 3 seasons to where each season only had, what, not even 10 episodes a season. But regardless, again, I watched a lot of Jackass growing up. I loved this show. And then me and my friends would try to replicate some of the things. Not to a T, but like a safer way of doing it. Like some of the stunts on bikes and skateboards and stuff. Then we'd go watch Bam Margera and try to do the crazy shit him and his pals were doing. So yeah. The Jackass theme and the Bam Margera show theme, and trust me, watched a lot of that stuff growing up. Freaking Bam always screwing with his dad. Oh, man. Thank you, Thomas, for letting me know. Yes, Pete Rose was in the Royal Rumble. Thought so. I wasn't 100% sure, but I thought so. So in the back, Kayla Braxton interviews The New Day. Braxton noted that this is The New Day's final chance at the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. They promised to defeat the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, later on tonight. Well, we saw how that went. Charlotte Flair comes out. Charlotte Flair makes her way out to the ring, and she noted that, well, Royal Rumble's coming up in a couple of weeks. The winner of the Royal Rumble gets a title shot against any champion that they want to headline WrestleMania against. She then said, I now have the privilege of announcing all of these women for the Royal Rumble match. And then a video would play announcing Rhea Ripley, Nikki A.S.H., Aaliyah, Natalya, Shayna Baszler, Summer Rae of all people, Dana Brooke, Dana Brooke, Kelly, Naomi, Carmella, Zelina Vega, Michelle McCool, the Bella Twins, both Nikki and Brie, even though Nikki on her podcast like 2-3 months ago said that her doctor told her not to wrestle anymore, and Lita and Mickie James, the current Impact Knockouts champion. Now, we talked all about Mickie already for 7-8 minutes, so we're not going to jump back into that. But then Pat goes, again, like I stated, the current Impact Knockouts world champion, Mickie James. And I'm just like, what world are we living in that WWE is acknowledging an outside champion? Someone that's not in their company, a champion. What? Flair then noted, I got one more major star, a game changer, to announce for this year's Royal Rumble. She has been a champion on both Raw and SmackDown. And well, that's me, the current SmackDown Women's Champion. And I promise to become the first champion to ever win the Royal Rumble. And then get to choose my own opponent for WrestleMania. Naomi's music would hit, and Naomi would come down to the ring. Naomi noted that Flair doesn't have to wait till WrestleMania to pick a challenger. She's challenging Charlotte right now. Flair said that she didn't know what Naomi had done to even earn a title shot, though. Naomi then goes, I did this, and she slapped Charlotte across the face. She then threw Charlotte out of the ring as well. And then we get a non-title match. Charlotte Flair versus Naomi. The match, not that great. So the wrestling was good. I think Charlotte and Naomi, wrestling-wise, worked well together. But the whole Sonya Deville and restarting the match and saying, you can't win like that. Oh, you can't win like that. Oh, you can't win like that. That made the match go 13 minutes just was garbage. The match started during the break, and Naomi had the early advantage. But Flair regained control. She slammed Naomi's head into the mat, but Naomi recovered. Naomi climbed to the top rope, but Flair knocked her down with a big boot and knocked her to the floor. Flair jumped out of the ring and threw Naomi over the barricade. Naomi fought back and hit the blockbuster off the barricade. Naomi almost won the match by count out when Sonya Deville walks out. Sonya says, no, this match cannot be won by count out. Naomi started yelling at Deville, which allowed Flair to attack her from behind. Back from a break, Flair was firmly in control until Naomi rocked her with a kick to the head. Naomi climbed to the top rope and hit a flying crossbody for a 2. Naomi went to hit the rear view, and Flair countered with a roll-up for a near fall. Flair then transitioned it into the figure 4. Naomi fought back and made it to the ropes to break the hold. Flair smiled, but Naomi caught her with a kick straight to the head. Flair did regain control, but missed a moonsault. She landed on her feet and then hit the standing moonsault for another near fall, the Andrade spot. Deville then announced, oh, wait, this match also can't end by DQ. Naomi then hit a sit-out full Nelson and got a 2 off of it. Naomi missed a splash in the corner, and Flair scored a near fall. Naomi went for the split-legged moonsault, but Flair cut her off. Flair then hit a back suplex and a natural selection to pick up the victory. Michael Cole then pushed that Naomi should have won by countout, yet she may have been screwed over by Sonya Deville. Now, speaking of Charlotte being in the Rumble, we do have a question here from Broken King Slender in the Twitch chat. He says, do you think Becky Lynch will enter the Rumble just to upstage Charlotte? Only if Becky's working 2 matches in one night. You guys don't remember what's announced for next week's Raw. It is Doudrop versus Liv Morgan versus Bianca Belair, with the winner challenging Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's title at the Royal Rumble. So unless Becky's going to work 2 matches like we saw in 2018 when I think it was 2018, when she won the Rumble, I'm pretty sure she worked twice that night. Could be wrong. Hold on. 2018 Royal Rumble. Becky. Becky. Could have swore 2019 is when Becky won the Rumble. Becky Lynch. Did she work 2 matches that year? Yes. She lost to Asuka with the SmackDown Women's title on the line, then entered the Rumble, last eliminating Charlotte Flair. So unless she does that again, where she works twice in one night, I don't see her jumping in the Rumble. So in the back, Caleb Braxton interviewed SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos. Braxton noted that the Kingdom of the New Day is confident they will win their street fight later tonight. Usos promised that this feud ends tonight. We then got Happy Talk. And for some reason, Corbin made us think that Madcap was out with COVID, because he's like, when COVID-19 hits, everything gets turned upside down or something like that. I go, he's like, as you can see, I'm here all by myself. And I go, wait, Madcap got COVID? Then he says something about Drew McIntyre, and I go, no. Because he goes, you're going to go out and celebrate and have a party, go out to parties on New Year's Eve just for COVID to be ramping up or whatever. And I go, no, Drew doesn't have COVID. Drew's out with a neck injury. What are they talking about? This was weird. And then he goes, but Drew McIntyre is here tonight. Let's bring him on out. And out does not come Drew, but Madcap Moss pretending to be Drew with an inflatable sword that Pat McAfee called the flaccid sword of Madcap Moss. And I'm just gonna say it. Why the hell is Madcap wearing that button up every week? If Vince is such a body guy and loves guys with jacked, big physiques, I don't know of many guys with better looking bodies in this company than Madcap Moss. I mean, they said it tonight. Pat Lee goes, Madcap shredded, Cole. Like, this man, I'm going to say, may have a better physique than Drew McIntyre. And McIntyre has one of the best physiques in all of WWE. Like, and they keep this man covered up. He can wear the suspenders. That doesn't look bad. The way he looked tonight didn't look bad. Keep the hair down, suspenders, the pants, but the body, the arms. It's like his arms look huge. He's got like an 8-pack almost. So it's like, why are they keeping this man covered up? Also, Pat McAfee did make a joke as the... So, I'll talk about that joke in a second. So, they start making fun of Drew McIntyre. Madcap's doing this fake Scottish accent when then all of a sudden he goes, I fooled you all. I'm Madcap Moss. I'm not Drew McIntyre. Ah! And then they start talking about Drew getting hurt and this and that. And the Viking Raiders come out, set up a match. Viking Raiders against Madcap and Corbin. And Pat McAfee goes, hey, Cole, I was just informed that during that Happy Talk segment, we lost 2 million viewers. I thought that was kind of funny. We did have a 3.5-minute match. It was Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss against the Viking Raiders. It was all right. Moss looked pretty good. Also, interestingly enough, Pat over here putting over Corbin. He's like, hey, don't disrespect that bald guy that was just in the ring, Cole. He's a former Golden Gloves boxer, a former NFLer. I'm like, okay, Pat likes Corbin now? The match was joined in progress. Ivar rocked Moss with a kick to the head to gain the early advantage. The heels took over by isolating Eric on their side of the ring. Eric fought back and sent Moss to the floor. Moss jumped back in the ring, but Eric rocked him with a knee. Eric tried to tag Ivar, but Corbin pulled him off the apron. Moss then hit the punchline on Eric to pick up the victory. Michael Cole did discuss Drew McIntyre's injury and stated that he will go and see a doctor this Monday. Cincinnati says, well, Tony Nese has the better body and all the pro wrestling. Have you seen his abs, Tim? Yeah, but Tony Nese is what? 5'3"? Madcap's like 4'3". Madcap's also like a foot taller than Tony Nese. Let's see. Tony Nese height. Tony Nese is taller than I thought. He's my height, 5'9", 5'10". Madcap Moss. How tall is he? 6'3". But see, Tony Nese has a good chiseled body. Madcap's got the big chiseled body, though. Madcap's got a Chris Masters looking, Chris Masters circa 2005 body, almost. He's taller and he's built more. Again, Tony Nese has got a great body. Not going to put anything against Tony Nese. But Madcap's got the bigger body in terms of more bulk with muscle definition and the height. He's got 9, 10, 11, 5 inches or more on Tony Nese. So going forward, in the back, Sheamus discussed Ridge Holland and his broken nose at day one. And then decided, I'm gonna cheer up my boy Holland. I'm gonna enter into the Royal Rumble. I'm gonna win the Royal Rumble. Adam Pearce then enters Roman Reigns' locker room. And he goes, well, actually, I skipped the whole thing earlier. So earlier, Adam Pearce met with Sonya Deville, and he said, hey, I've been, speaking to management, and we know that Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, they're going to fight for the title, the WWE title at WrestleMania, or Royal Rumble, but Roman needs an opponent. She goes, okay, so how do we, go about that? And this thing goes, I already talked to management. Last night, we came up with a decision. I will be making that decision on who challenges Roman, and that decision needs to be announced by the end of the night. So later on, Adam Pearce goes into Roman's locker room, and he sits down on the couch behind Roman, who's sitting in a chair. And he goes, Roman, I've picked your opponent for the Royal Rumble. And he goes, well, unless it's you, I don't want to hear it, because there ain't nobody I can't smash on this brand. And keep that in mind. On this brand. Nobody I can't smash on this brand. He then says, he then basically, politely, asks Adam Pearce to leave. He says he wants to watch his cousin's upcoming title match. So during the next match, which was the tag team title street fight, which was really good. I mean, nothing against the Usos and the New Day. Their matches are always fantastic. It's just, they've seen it too much, especially recently. But during that match, multiple times, Michael Cole kept stressing, by the end of this night, by the end of this match, or right after this match, we will find out who's challenging Roman Reigns for the title. So again, this was a really, really, really good match. I really did enjoy this title match. Kofi Kingston and Jey Uso started off trading shots in the middle of the ring. Despite being a street fight, Jimmy and Xavier followed the rules of a standard match by standing on the apron. Excuse me. The New Day then beat down Jey on their side of the ring until Jimmy pulled him out. New Day then hit dives on the heels as they went to a break, and boom, it's now a street fight. Back from the break, the New Day and the Usos fought up the ramp in the stage side area. Woods sent Jane to the LED screen. They fought back to the ring and brawled around ringside. Woods hit a DDT off the middle ropes for a near fall in the ring. The Usos fought back and hit an assisted Samoan drop on Kingston for a 2. The Usos then taped Woods to the top rope. Pat McAfee mentioned how hard it is to untie duct tape. Kofi, though, made the save. He gave Jey a reverse suplex and hit an SOS on Jimmy for a near fall. Both teams fought around the ringside area, and the Usos started taking over. They grabbed the steel steps and hit Kingston at ringside. They took the stairs over to the barricade and hit Woods into the crowd. Woods recovered and hit a flying crossbody off the barricade, but apparently may have hurt his leg. Back from the break, the New Day hit a flying crossbody Doomsday on Jimmy for a near fall. Babyfaces went under the ring and pulled out some Knight's armor. Woods put on the helmet and absorbed a shot from Jey. They beat down Jimmy with the armor until they put down Jey with the armor until Jimmy made the save. The New Day regained control as the crowd was chanting, "We want tables! We want tables!" New Day then pulls out a table and the crowd erupts. They're elated. They set up a table in the corner and Jimmy fought back and hit a super kick on Woods. Jimmy sent Woods to the floor and Jey rocked Kofi with another super kick. Kingston then avoided a Rikishi splash in the corner and hit a Trouble in Paradise, but Jimmy broke up the pin on Jey. Kingston then tried to use the armor again, and the Usos cut him off with a double super kick. The Usos then gave Kofi Kingston the 1D, their version of the 3D, through the table, pinned him, and retained the Smackdown Tag Team Championships. We cut to the back. Roman's in his locker room. Right? And we hear... Hold on. I need something. I don't know if you guys you might be able to hear this. On the door. A knock on the door. Did you catch what that sounded like? Listen again. So, camera's tight on Roman. The door opens. Roman stands up. Camera's still tight on Roman. Roman stands up. He gets this look of concern on his face as it pops out. Shows Seth Rollins. Seth and starts laughing in the face of Roman Reigns as he has a shocked, concerned, and almost scared look on his face for who he now knows he will be challenged at the Royal Rumble against. Yes, Seth Rollins. But did you catch that knock? Bun-up, 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 bum, bum. The old Shield theme song. The old Shield theme song by one Seth Rollins knocking on the door. I liked that a lot. I liked that little little slight added touch that you may have missed. The Shield theme as the knock. But with that, at the Royal Rumble, Seth Rollins will be challenging Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Yes, Seth Rollins from Monday Night Raw challenging Roman Reigns for the title on SmackDown. And I assume it's a one-off thing. I don't think Seth is actually being officially moved to SmackDown. I think it's just match at the Rumble, and that's it. Roman's going to retain, go on to Mania, fight Brock, or maybe someone who wins the Rumble. As of right now, according to Skybet. Now, actually, no. This can't happen anymore. Skybet had Seth as their favorite to win the Rumble. And Skybet is not as wrong as other betting sites. So, we'll see. As far as who's the babyface and who's the heel in this match, I don't know. I really don't know. I would assume maybe Roman, because the way Seth was laughing at him. But we'll see. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Universal title at the Royal Rumble. Going to be a hell of a match. A hell of a match. But with that, guys, that was Friday Night SmackDown. You know what I thought? Now it's time to hear what you guys thought of the show. Remember, you can let me know your thoughts by putting a super chat in the YouTube chat or by texting in to 510-906-1341. Again, that number is 510-906-1341. First off, let's check the polls. As far as the Twitch poll does go, 57% liked the show, 43% thought it was just all right. No, I switched that up. 57 thought it was just all right, 57%. 43% liked the show. As far as the Twitter poll, Twitter. 75% liked the show, 12% thought it was just all right, and 12% didn't like it. And checking the YouTube poll, 76% liked the show, 18% thought it was just all right, and 7% did not like tonight's SmackDown. Moving over to the text messages, it says, when will the Intercontinental title be defended? I have no clue. Oh, okay. Here's a question and something I want to talk about really fast. Before tonight's Friday Night SmackDown, dark match took place with two former NXT champions, one former NXT champion and one former NXT UK champion. Tommaso Ciampa versus Pete Dunne. Apparently, according to those live in the building, it was a great match and Ciampa came out victorious. So, last Tuesday, Ciampa lost the NXT title to Braun Breaker and then sent out that thank you NXT tweet. Many thought that that was a signal of he may be done in NXT. Well, they're giving him a look for the main roster. Pete Dunne, next week, crowbar and pole match against Tony D'Angelo. Would that be his swan song send-off from NXT as well, as Pete Dunne comes to the main roster? We'll see. Again, Pete Dunne and Tommaso Ciampa worked a match against each other that was said to be great before tonight's SmackDown went on the air. And Ciampa picked up the win. I don't know what this is leading to. We've seen a number of NXT talent work dark matches before SmackDown and Raw. We saw Xia Li, who did eventually come to the main roster. Aaliyah, who eventually came to the main roster. But we also saw Johnny Gargano, who ended up leaving. Kyle O'Reilly, who ended up leaving. Raquel Gonzalez, who stayed in NXT. Dakota Kai, who stayed in NXT. Odyssey Jones, and a number of others worked dark matches before Raw and SmackDowns on the road. And some came to the main roster, some didn't. So I don't know what the plan here is with Ciampa and Dunne, but it is very interesting that they did get a look on the main roster here before tonight's SmackDown in Mohegan Sun. We got more text messages. This person here says, I like SmackDown tonight. Who do you like challenge for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships next? Also, why Mickie James and Summer Rae going to be in the Rumble? No clue. No clue why they're in this Rumble. I'm as shocked and surprised and have as many questions as you guys do. As far as next challenger for the SmackDown tag titles, That's a tough question because I can't even think of SmackDown tag teams other than Madcap Moss and the Viking Raiders. So Madcap Moss and Corbin or the Viking Raiders. Viking Raiders lost tonight. Give me Corbin and Moss challenging for the tag titles. Versus I can't believe Mickie James is going to be in the Rumble. Does this mean WWE is secretly working with Impact? I don't know, but we know that, like I said earlier, we know the two companies are friendly because Impact allows WWE to use footage on the WWE network for Stone Cold Broken Sessions, documentaries, the photo shoot show, Table for 2 or Table for 3. We've seen Impact footage and photos on the WWE network multiple times. So we know they've always been friendly, at least for the last 4 or 5 years. This person says, if you were booking WWE, would you move Money in the Bank back to WrestleMania? Oh, yeah. Yes and no. Like, there's pros and cons for both. There are cons of moving it back to WrestleMania because it is now established as a big deal show. So you can actually do better ticket sales with saying, oh, come to, say, like this year, come to Money in the Bank at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. You could sell more tickets to that show than, hey, come to, I don't know, Backlash at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta. You know, what are you going to sell more tickets to? What do you think you could charge more for as well? A bigger show in a bigger building. But it's cool to have those matches at Mania. They started at Mania. Have both. That's the thing. Do you want to really do 2 of those matches at Mania, though? A men's and a women's match. If it is the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, then yeah, okay, it's okay to do 2 of those ladder matches. But doing 2 at WrestleMania, I'm just not sure about that. It wouldn't make it feel a little more important almost being at WrestleMania. And then you do from Mania to Mania, you have to cash in. So there's pluses and minuses and pros and cons both ways. Says, could you see Big E versus Goldberg since Goldberg has one last? Why? That match would make no sense if the title's not on the line. No. I'm hearing that a FTW title. What? Hold on. I have some AEW news here. Let's go. Whoa. My mouse is wigging out on me. AEW, at AEW. All right. Now it's for Battle of the Belts. Ricky Starks will be defending the FTW title against Matt Sydal tomorrow night. And my first question is, who the hell cares? I couldn't care in the least bit. Ricky Starks versus Matt Sydal for the FTW title. Is that going to draw me in to want to see this show? I don't care about any match on this show at all. I don't even think I'm going to watch, if I'm being completely honest. This just sounds like another episode of Rampage. It's Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara for the interim TNT title. It's Britt Baker versus Riho for the women's title. And now Ricky Starks versus Matt Sydal for the FTW belt. What the hell? Yeah, because that's going to, as Tony Schiavone said back in the day, put butts in seats. Going forward, I have a couple more text messages here. This person says, also, do you think the Bellas will win the tag titles? I don't know, because I don't know how much Nikki can do. Literally, Nikki Bella. And I'm going to look this up really fast. I thought she had recently said on her podcast she can't wrestle anymore. That her Hold on. I could have swore she said on her podcast in the last couple of months that her doctor advised her not to wrestle anymore. but I don't see it anymore. Yeah, I don't know where I would find it, but I don't think so. Because again, I think Nikki's going to be very limited in what she can and can't do. And so I don't think she can go out there and have an actual full match. Rumble, you can lay low for a long time. You can be in, as we saw with Sasha Banks in the first women's Rumble, it still pissed me off. You can lay low and sit out 90% of this Rumble. Like Sasha Banks in that first women's Rumble started that match off and would do a couple things, roll to the outside and just lay there for a little while. And then come back in, do a couple things, roll to the outside, come back in, do a couple things, and then finally get eliminated. So it's like, I don't know. I think this is a good match for Nikki because she can be limited, very limited in what she does and does not do. But with that, guys, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWUnlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PWUnlimited. Remember, you can also follow us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD, and follow us on Instagram at PWUnlimited. So with that, guys, have a great night. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time. All right.